Hey, hello guys. Welcome back. We've been grading our cards for a long time. Today's episode, I'm going to discuss on the many different type of slabs that I have in my collection. There are so many types of grading slabs made by different companies. And during the pandemic, there are so many new grading companies that start up. Now, many of them just close down their business because of the inconsistencies and the bad quality of the slabs. I'm not going to say any name, but there was one slab that was easily opened by pliers. It's as simple as that. You can just open the slab easily with pliers. That's it. Before, remember back in the 90s, in the early 90s, we used this kind of the screw down. Remember with the 4 screws on top? Back then, this is like the best that we can use. But as you know, this kind of protection, it just damage our card. It can easily damage our card because the screw made a big pressure on our card. Don't use it. Okay, let's start with our grading options. Let's start with the most favorite slabs. So many people use it. It's PSA. PSA was like the first choice of many collectors, but for me, BGS was my first choice. Okay, with PSA, the plastic looks so sturdy and it's light. I don't really like PSA because they don't give you the subgrades of the corners, surface, edges. So you will never know like what damaged your card. I mean, what damaged your score, or what aspect of your card that boosts your overall grade. PSA, they don't sleeve in your card inside. There's no protective sleeve inside of the slabs. The regular samples like this. This is older PSA holder. The hot numbers it was slapped in the older PSA slabs. And then this is for the autograph sample for the PSA. This is the sample for the PSA autograph slab. And of course, PSA is stackable, right? Okay, we go to the next, to my favorite. It's BGS. BGS was my first choice since I first came back collecting in the basketball card. And this is my sample. And I really like I said before, I really like how they do the subgrades. Subgrades really satisfy my thirst of knowledge for this card. So for example, for this 9798 Z4 Super Wave, I got a 9.5 centering, 9.5 edges, 8.5 corners, and 9 surface. So I know this particular card has a weakness in the corners. Since the graders are human, sometimes they do make mistakes. Like for this one here, I can't really see like the damage that made the corners 8.5. For an overall grade for mid 9, I was quite satisfied with this card. Like for this Kobe Bryant Contenders History Rookie Season ticket, I got a 10 centering, 9.5 edges, 9 corners, and 9.5 surface. So it was pretty good. And I like how they gave a autograph grade, Beckett 10 autograph. And for Beckett, for a autograph card that was issued before 2000, they needed to be authenticated first because there were a lot of counterfeit items back then. Even now, there are a lot of counterfeit items. For modern cards, they don't need the authentication, so you just can submit it to the BGS directly. And this is for the thinner cards. And as for the thick cards, they also slab it quite nicely. I really like how they slab it. It looks so sturdy, and of course they do have an inner sleeve for the BGS slabs. It's kind of hard to see on the video, but there is a inner sleeve inside the slab. It's for the thick card, and there's some space inside the slab, so your card is kind of wobbly around. And I have some cards in the thick slab that was kind of bad because maybe because of the humidity of the weather here in Indonesia. The humidity is quite high, So the card is kind of bent inside, just a little bit. I don't know if that happens with you too. I'm not sure. And one thing that I noticed for the thin slab and the thick slabs, they use a different kind of slabs here. You see the difference of the slab? You know, the thicker slab kind of shorter in height and less white. See that? It's kind of obvious. Among all of my samples, thick and thin, they do have a difference. But nevertheless, BGS slabs looks very sturdy. That's what I like. Okay, we go next with the CSG. This CSG actually is quite nice. It's had a rounded corner and got a nice hologram in the back. But they don't have an inner sleeve. Actually, I kind of like CSG. Oh, I should have discussed my second favorite slab. It was HGA. I've been supplying quite a lot to HGA lately. I like this slab. I like their slab. Their slabs look so, how do you say it? So expensive, for me at least. It was so sturdy. And I know a lot of people don't like HGA because of their inconsistencies in grading and, there's a lot of things. But even PSA and BGS, they did make a lot of mistakes. Like I said in the beginning of the video, the graders are human after all. But I believe HGA will be the next emerging sliding company. And I suggest you start submitting to HGA right now. You know what I like about HGA? One is the slab. It looks sturdy, and the labels are custom themed. So like for here, the Legacy's Court King. You know, Court King is kind of like artsy, right? So they put a full color in the labels. That's what I like. For example, like for this one right here. This is from the 2021 Wise Swords Marble Collection. It was a Japanese TCG cards. Of course, it's in Japanese, so there's no English titles or whatsoever in this card. So they just deliberately just put like your dear neighbor's Spider-Man. So it's kind of fun, HGA is kind of fun, the way you like it. And also they do custom labels. They have like a different graphic artist in their company that you can request, and you can request like what kind of art you want to put on your labels. And of course, this HGA slab is stackable too, like that. It's kind of nice. Next is SGC. I only have one SGC slab in my collection, and it was this one right here. It looks exclusive since this is black, and they have a SGC embossed logo in the back. And overall, it's just plain. For me, it's just plain. SGC is kind of plain right there. And there's another SGA. I don't have that one yet, so I don't know how it feels. Okay, that's I think it's PSA, BGS, HGA, SGC, and CSG. And beside that, there's an SGA that was going to the mainstream. There's a cheap but good slabbing companies. It was WCG. WCG, like 99%, okay, that's too harsh. 95% of WCG slab that was sold on eBay, all are German, 10 German. So if you go to the eBay, whatever, you're gonna see like WCG 10 all over the place. Like this one, I just like this card, of course, because I cannot afford the real rookie card. And this one is Kobe EX 2000 rookie card. So I just kind of get it. And they have a frosted slabs right here. It's not see-through. So WCG. If you want to get a German card, WCG10 is all over the place. And next, in my collection, I have a mint grading. I just got these two for cheap. That's why I got it. So at first I thought mint grading was from, you know, in Japan. There's a mint hobby shop. So it's like card store in Japan that sells trading cards, gaming cards, and collectible items. I thought they made these slabs. That's why they put it mint grading service. There's even a website at mintgrading.com, but I checked, the website just gone. You know, and also like there's no inner sleeve, so the card just, you can hear there. So it's not going to really protect your card inside of these slabs, you know. And also it's stackable, and if you see the type of slab is kind of cheap. It's like a cheap plastic. But anyway, there were so many different companies trying to start up in the grading business because it is a good business. Like PSA, BGS, they have this backlog, especially during the pandemic. You know, PSA grades like more than 1 or 2 millions of cards. Say $20 per card, you just multiply it. You can see like how much money they generate. PSA, BGS, I don't know why during the pandemic they didn't recruit a lot of graders to help them clear the backlog. But PSA definitely got the money from the pandemic. So they're rich. They're even richer. Talking about sleeve, PSA don't give you inner sleeve for your protection. But I read on the website, for a higher tier grading price, they put an inner sleeve. They give you inner sleeve for your card. I mean, they should have sleeve all of your cards, no exception. Before, I can just easily just submit like lots of cards. Do you remember like when BGS cost you $10 to grade, and you can get it back by maybe like 2 weeks or 3 weeks? That was the happy days, you know. Like even the PSA, I think it's $8 or $10. That was just the good times. Okay, let's see. Like among of these these slabs, which one's the heaviest? Let's check. I'm gonna get the 0. Okay, let's just check the PSA plain card for the thin card. Let's see. PSA is 44.3 gram. 44.3 gram. And as for BGS thin card, it's 75.8, 75.9, actually 76 grams. I mean, it's almost twice as heavy as PSA. CSG, let's check CSG. It's all the thin cards. CSG 57.3 grams. HGA, the one that I said is kind of looks expensive. Let's see. It's 80.8. I think it's the heaviest. Let's see. SGC there. 66.9 gram. Okay, let's try the cheap one, the WCG. WCG is 43.6. It's lighter than PSA, and mint is 49.9. So mint, WCG, and PSA actually weighs quite similar. BGS and HGA are the heaviest. Let's check that for the thicker card. Okay, let's see. It's 82.9. 82.9 for the thick card slab BGS. It's only 4 grams heavier than the HGA. So like I said, HGA is the sturdier. It feels sturdy, and it feels expensive. But that's just my opinion. You can, it's all of your choice. You can choose PSA, BGS, SGC, and whatever. But for now, PSA slabs commands the selling price. If you want to flip, you should grade with PSA. For Gemin 10, you can double, triple your money. That's the one thing that I don't really understand. PSA 9 and PSA 10, sometimes it was 5 times. That was crazy. But anyway, so this is all of the slabs that I have in my collection from different kind of companies. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I'm gonna see you guys on my next video. See ya.